Welcome to Quirky Crafts and Collectables, a mini-me Pandora box. And we have one more quirky craft to show you. And today we're going to show you part 3, how to make these chairs for the wedding. Now we've sent out the invitations, so check out your emails and make sure you comment below so I know you'll be featured in the wedding. Now without further ado, let's welcome Miss Pandora Box.
Oh, Chookers, and thank you, Mini-Me Pandora Box. And yes, today we're going to show you how to make the chairs for the weddings. Really simple, nice and easy, and they shouldn't take too long. All you need to do is either make 2 or 4, depending on how many guests you're going to have on your table. So here is the beginning of it. This is what it's going to look like. And this is how it's going to look afterwards. And it looks so nice next to the table. Now remember, make sure you hit the bell button so you don't miss any future episodes, so we can now send you the background. Well, not this background, but we'll show you the background and how you need to film your video to send to us so it features in the wedding. Anybody's welcome, subscribers, other YouTubers, anyone. We'd love you to be involved. So without further ado, let's start making the chairs. So we're going to start with this pattern. Here is the chair, the skeleton that I've made. So to give you an idea, we have the back at 14 centimeters, 10 centimeters, 8 centimeters, 6 centimeters, 6.5 centimeters. So that's one flat piece. Really simple. Don't have to do legs or anything like that. We're making it really, really simple. The seat is here, 7 centimeters, 6 centimeters. And I've just rounded off that corner just so it wasn't sharp. Then let me just put that down. So it's 2 centimeters there and 6 centimeters across there. So we need 2 of those, 1 there. In actual fact, it's 1. So ignore that because I made a mistake and that didn't fit. So this here is 7 centimeters and 2 centimeters. So we only need 1 of those and 1 of those. That's it. Okay. And that's pretty much it. And it's pretty secure. Your doll sits in that really, really well. Let me just grab Pandora. She sits in there nicely. And once we cover that with the fabric, like I showed you earlier in the first episode, I got one of my Barbie chairs and we just draped it like that, just to give it a bit of, shape. But if you haven't got these chairs, and I've only got 1, I need to make more. So you might need to make 2 to 4, depending on how many guests you're going to have on your table. Okay, so let's get started with this. So first what we're going to do, so I've used an A4 page and I think I can get 2 chairs out of that, and my cardboard is cut in an A4 as well. Now if you don't have this type of cardboard, just get your packaging, when you're getting something that's a good sturdy cardboard that's got a good thickness to it. You might have ridges through it as well, but don't worry, because you're going to be covering it up. Or if you want, you can put strips of paper around the edges to cover. But I'm going to use this, that's an A4. So what I'll do now is cut out my pattern and transfer it to my board. Okay, so you will need scissors, of course. I've just got a pair of plain scissors. So let me cut this out and we'll be right back. So I've cut out my pieces. I'm going to put them on my board and I'm going to use as much as possible not to waste any of the board. I forgot to cut that little strip out, so that's going to be excess, so we don't need that. Just cut that out nicely. Here we go. So I'm placing the 2 chairs together that way, and you can see there's little waste in that. Okay, I'm using the bottom part straight on the bottom there, so I'm using that corner, so I'm not wasting that. I'm going to use that piece there. Oops. Get that there. And I'm going to use that piece there. So I'm going to use, go right down to the bottom. So that way you've only got 2 cuts. Just helps you out. And then that's already there. So you cut that out as well. And you've got 1, 2, and as well. There'll be a piece there. I did do it this way before, but this is going to be too long for here. So otherwise we have to go there. So I'm going to utilize that as well. So draw out your sections. I'm just going to put some points like that. It's just so I can get straight lines. So move those out, draw those up to there. So that's one panel. Get your other one, get it as close as possible to your original seat, so there's no waste, hardly much cutting for you. So a point is there, point is there, 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 and there. Let's join those dots. Like I said, we're using things that we already have at home. You don't have to go and buy anything. Let's make it simple. That's our second chair. So chair 1, 2, or side 1, side 2. Get your seat right in the corner. And all I've got to do is mark here and here. Because actually it's there, there, and of course there. So my line is going to be from there and there. So you'll have only a little piece to cut, just that, hopefully, and just that. Okay, so we've got those. We're going to use this point here, mark it there and there. So this is the bottom. And then we're going to use the smaller piece. And we're going to use it underneath there. So mark there, there, and there. Now before you start cutting and everything, just go over and check that it is 2 centimeters. Look, it's just under. Sometimes when you mark, that should be right. Yeah. Sometimes when you mark, it might be just a little bit under. Yep. Okay. So I have my old mat that I've used before. You've seen me use it. Get your ruler and you can start cutting. So this does take a little bit of time depending on the cardboard you have. Be really careful, you might have to go a few times, just like that. If your cardboard is a lot softer, sometimes people use or you can use cereal boxes and just glue them on top of each other, and that gives you a nice thickness as well. So what I'll do is I'll keep going with this and I'll be right back. So I'll keep going with this, but it's all cut. So here are my pieces that I cut out. So I've got my 2 sides, my seat, and my 2 supports. Okay, there was a little bit of you know, trimming here and there, and this is all the waste we have. So we've still got another room for another chair. So now what we're going to do, what I was going to do is, see how sharp these corners are? All I did was just take these corners off, just around it like that. Doesn't have to be perfect because it's going to be covered, but it just takes that sharpness off that edge. You can do it by eye, that's fine. And like I said, I'm using things that are at home already. I didn't have to go buy anything. But if you want to use foam board, it's a lot softer, it's a lot easier to work with. Cardboard, like I said, whatever you feel comfortable with and what you have already. I don't want you going to buy anything. And that will sit just like that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is glue these together. I'm going to use hot glue because it's a lot faster, a lot quicker, and we'll get this done even better. Okay, so I have my hot glue. So I'm going to get my first seat side and hot glue down to the seat part. Put my seat down, make it flush. Put it down like that. Don't leave it too long, otherwise it sticks. Okay, we get our second one. There we go. If you don't have a hot glue, you can use just glue. And stick it there, so it's nice and flush. Just like that. Now see, it's a little still wobbly. And that's why we need our supports. Just let that dry for a second. Now for our back support, instead of putting it straight like that, we're going to put it in an angle. Just like that, so it supports their back. So I put the 2 points to the front and tilt. So you can see it's not the perfect straightness there. Don't panic because it gets covered. So off screen there, but you know what I'm talking about. Doing. Place your support at the back, tilt it, and then squeeze it together. Now this is supporting the top part of the seat, and you can see it's still a bit flimsy there, so we need the second one to support the bottom. And I'm going to do it that way just to give more support. And it doesn't matter how high, just don't go too close to the front, keep it to the set to the back so the legs aren't getting distracted. And some glue again. That's why I like hot glue. There's times for hot glue and there's times not for hot glue. Spread it out a bit. Just have a look at that, make sure it's all sturdy, just like that. Standing right. Get my second chair. Now we have 2 chairs. Done already. Nice and quick. It doesn't take long. Now later on after the wedding, you've got 2 chairs that are already decorated. You can use it for your dolls as displays. And it's just nice and simple, and then we cover it with fabric. Okay, so there we go. Now let's try and cover them with the fabric. Now I have my white fabric that I used for the table, and it's just nice and simple, easy. Now if you want to iron it, you can. It's going to get creases, that doesn't matter, but if you want to iron it, please go ahead. Now I'm just going to put it there and see how much material I will need. So I've put it in between. This is quite a fair piece there. So let me just see if I can measure this for you. I've got about 18 centimeters from the top. Your chair's 15, probably about there. Let me see if I fold this over. Okay, so if you fold it like that, you think, oh yeah, that's enough. But don't forget, you've got to push this down, so you've lost some. So just make sure you've got enough to go down past the seat at least. So let's have a look. If I put my finger there, my tape, put my hand there. Now what's this? This is centimeters again, so it's about 40 centimeters. Let's say 40 centimeters. Okay, that of material that we'll need. So we'll cut that off, and width-wise, let's have a look. So we're going to fold it over to there, push it down. We still need fabric to the side, So we just bring it over. There's a little bit of fabric. Let's have a look. So we're going to bring it over. Make sure we've got enough there. So I'm going to say about 24 centimeters. So 40 by 24 centimeters. So I'll measure that, cut that up, and we'll go from there. So I did go ahead and iron my fabric because I think I'd regret it later. So I get my chair. Now let's have a look. Okay, so I'm going to put it there, bring it over, push it down, so we can glue these down. And of course the sides need to come down as well to cover the seat as well. So I think we've got enough. Or should we do it this way? No, we're going to do it this way. So what I'll do is I might give it a bit of a hem with the hot glue just to finish it off nicely. Just a nice bead there, fold it over. This gives us a very quick hem, just like that. Turn it around. Okay, it's just nice and neat. Okay, now I'm going to place it there, put 2 beads of hot glue here. So that's one. Very similar to what I did to the yellow chair. Just like that. Okay. It covered? Okay. So now we're going to go down to the seat. Put 2 beads there. I'm not going to put too much, just in case I make a mistake, it's easy to come off. So that's there. Okay. Looks good. And I'm going to put 2 beads inside those pieces here. That's there and there. Letting the fabric fall its own way. Okay. And you can see how much excess we have. Let's fold it instead of cutting it. And again, let's do a hem on this piece here. So we've got the fold there, put it there, across there. This will give us a nice finish. Nice hem. There we go. And then we come back. And now we're going to put 2 beads of glue there. So now we've got the shape. We need to bring these pieces down, and really we can follow the way the seat is going. So let's have a look. I think that kind of works. Yeah, that kind of works. Okay, so that's how I did that. So let's fold it down to the side here. That's one. I'm going to fold inside. So I'm going to bring this over. I'm going to fold this in. Yeah, so it's just a matter of covering it and making it look right. So you can pull that down. You know how they get the drape. Fold it in. Now let's see if we can repeat that. So I went in. Yep. And drape that down as well. Now my hot glue's got a bit of stain on it, so just be careful. So just keep draping it until it all sits in. That's all you need. Now remember, I did a little bow at the back. It's up to you. You can put some bow, ribbon, just to finish it off. I've just got some hot glue around, like cobweb. And that's your chair. And of course, when they're sitting on it, that's what you're going to see. Just like that. And here are the chairs all finished with Pandora sitting and Tate standing next to them. I think they look really good. The background, this is the background you'll be using. Now this is my screen from my computer, so you can see how it looks. If your screen is as big as mine, this is all you need, and you don't have to be as far as this, it can be quite close. So I'll show you in part 4 how to film your part in the wedding. So I will need your email address, but email me at quirkycraftsandcollectables@gmail.com. I'll have it linked down below so I can send you the copy of the backgrounds that you'll be needing to film. You'll need to be a subscriber to participate. Hit the bell button, give me a like, and I'd love you to share as well. Well, until next time, I'm Pandora Box. Chookers!